Howdy howdy, this is Oxford from Oxfordinary Art. I'm doing another time lapse, but this time I thought about doing something different. Instead of just playing music over the time lapse of the comic being made, I decided to shake things up and talk about why I love comics. Or to be more specific, what got me into making comics and what got me to love comics. Every morning I would read the comics in the newspaper. It was basically routine that after I woke up, I would sit down at my spot at the dining room table and read the comics that were already set out by my dad. I became very attached to the funnies, as they were called, and would look forward to them every morning. Garfield was my favorite and was probably my biggest influence in what I like about comics. I don't know when this routine started, but as far back as I can remember, I was eager to get out of bed to see the latest shenanigans the funnies had prepared for me that morning. Not to sound too corny, the comics were like little emotional vitamins. Started my day off with a little boost of joy and happiness. That's how I've grown to associate very positive feelings with comic strips. Of course, this made me want to become a cartoonist. As early as grade school, I was drawing Garfield and making my own comic strips. I remember my first comic strips were about the family dog. And I even made little booklets modeled after the Garfield collections I had at the time. By the way, I still have my Garfield collection, including the very first one I ever owned, which has seen so much use that the cover has fallen off. So now I make comics. I want to try to capture the feelings I had when I was reading the funnies as a kid. I realize the world has changed a lot since then, and comics probably don't have the same appeal, but I do my best to make art that is enjoyable. I could say a lot more about comics and my thoughts about them, but we'd be here all day. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble on, and I hope you all have a great day. Stay awesome.